Okay, looks like we are live. Just waiting for a few people to join. I'll just be using my tablet to monitor the stream. That would be my best thing to do. Yeah. I guess just a second. For a second I'll move to the offline stream scene and I'll just switch to. I got some screenshots actually, so. Yeah, let's start from here. Okay. Let's just see if some people have joined or not, because yep. Just gonna wait for a while, or what I can do is, like, hmm. Okay, I'll just wait for a couple of minutes. Anybody who's joining the stream, to confirm if the audio is coming fine. I think it's coming fine. Right, so we've got someone in the stream already. So Chatresh Kumar, hi. Hey Chatresh, are you able to hear me fine? I don't have a space to actually keep my tablet somewhere. Okay, thanks for confirming. Where do I keep this tablet? Because I cannot really view what's going on. Ayush Singh, hi. Just waiting for a few people, guys. Because Ryzen 6000 laptops are coming very soon. Actually, I don't know whether they will come very soon to India or not, but I think people who are waiting to purchase new laptops right now, maybe they are not that much in a hurry. Maybe they can really hold off for these new laptop APUs. So we'll discuss we'll discuss some of the things. Now, Hardware Unbox, as you know, has made a really good video already, and I wanted to cover it badly, but my job it was I was really very busy with my job, and also I'm still not in 100% shape because I was quite sick for the last 3 days almost. So yeah. So I thought, like, instead of making a video, because everybody has made a video, let's just go live and see if people join and maybe clear some doubts, and if not, I'll just say what I think about this new release and maybe give you some advice, and people can later watch it as a video. Just waiting for a few people to join in. Intel 12th gen CPUs versus Ryzen 6000 series. Yeah, we'll answer all that. So in short, I believe 12th gen like Intel CPUs will be better, like will be faster in the raw sense of speed. So, like, if you want like, if you're talking about, you don't care about any kind of efficiency or anything, just want the best absolute performance, and I think 12th gen will still hold the like, it will still win against Ryzen 6000, because in terms of the CPU, the Ryzen 6000 is not a huge leap in, at least in the laptop space. So I'll answer everything. So I don't see many people joining, so what I'll do is I'll just start explaining what's up. Okay, so in CES 2022, I think it's about 4 or 5 days ago, AMD unveiled their new sort of refreshed Ryzen 6000 series of chips, both for laptops and for desktops. So in the desktop side, they introduced something called as the 3D V-cache. Now that 3D V-cache is not available for laptops. So since we're focusing more on the mobile series in this live stream, the mobile series is a little less of an upgrade compared to the desktop series. Now overall, the Zen 3 Plus architecture is not a huge leap over Zen 3. It's like going from Zen to Zen Plus. So Zen 3 to Zen Plus, Zen 3 to Zen 3 Plus. So Zen 3 Plus is based on the 6 nanometer processing node by TSMC, and it's supposed to provide us with better efficiency and all that. So the main USP of the Ryzen 6000 APUs for laptops is the new AMD RDNA2 based integrated graphics. So we've been stuck with the Vega 8 graphics, the Vega graphics for how many years I forgot, like ever since Ryzen came out. It's the same Vega graphics that's being used. So now finally we move on to the latest RDNA2 architecture iGPUs, which coupled with the availability and the support for DDR5 RAM with much more bandwidth will seriously improve integrated graphics performance, especially in notebooks, in thin and light notebooks, which like those ultrabooks kind of laptops which don't come with a dedicated GPU, will really greatly improve all the the gaming performance and the overall GPU performance. So let's just go through everything. So Zen 3 Plus is the architecture called is what the architecture is called. The graphics architecture is RDNA2 based on the 6 nanometer processing node by TSMC. And moving on, once again they have not increased the core counts, so it goes up to 8 cores, 16 threads, and AMD is claiming like better, like basically the thing is that it's more efficient, and also the clock speeds have increased, so more higher clock speeds and more efficient. So the performance per watt segment has been improved. So as I said earlier, the 3D V-cache that AMD was showing off in the desktop series is not available in the laptop segment. So the main improvements in the laptop segment is the integrated iGPU and the performance per watt improvements. So here's a look at the RDNA2 iGPU. So everything is basically improved. Like it even supports ray tracing, so you can play ray traced games on your on your ultrabook at 4 FPS or something. But yeah, jokes apart, it's a huge improvement. It's got higher frequency, 2.4 gigahertz, much more. It's got its compute units are more powerful. Since it's a new architecture, you cannot really compare it with Vega 8 graphics. So you cannot compare the cores. The architecture is different. So as you see, AMD lists 1.5x larger GPU compute units, 1.5x more memory bandwidth. Memory bandwidth is also coming from the support of DDR5 RAM. So moving on, you've got a bunch of quality of life improvements. So for example, USB 4 support, which supports up to 40 gigabits per second. So now I'm a little bit confused over here. Like USB, like this USB 4, like you can see in the picture, I'm not sure about it. Like is it like shaped like Thunderbolt port? Like is it compliant with Thunderbolt? Because Thunderbolt comes in the USB-C format, so USB 4 is supposed to be USB-C. Yeah, probably it's probably USB-C. It's USB-C 4.0, support up to 40 gigabits per second. I think it's called USB 4 Gen 2. That's what it's called, I believe. So it's up to 40 gigabits per second. So I think it can support the Thunderbolt protocol. So you can see it's quite fast. DDR5 RAM support up to 6400 mega transfers per second. That is for LPDDR5, and for DDR5 up to 48 mega transfers per second. PCI Gen 4 support, Wi-Fi 6E. We've got true HDMI 2.1 support, DisplayPort 2 support. So new media engine, stuff like that. So all new quality of life improvements for the new laptop platform. And I'm getting some comments over here. I'm getting some questions over here. Not really questions, like people are saying hi. So hi to you guys. I'm just gonna be explaining this thing bit so that people can later watch this one. I don't want to make a separate video because I didn't have time for that. So Sanat Puja, hi. Pujari, hey. So let's move on. So here are all the SKUs that they have launched. So it goes so in the H series, you've got it from the 6600HS all the way up to 6980HX. So the 6980HX and the 6980HS both support a maximum boost clock of 5 GHz, which make it the first Ryzen laptop APU to touch the 5 GHz boost clock. So yep, that's great, I believe. So once again, we've got the HX series and the HS series and the H series. The HX series is basically a higher binned part of the H8 series, and the HS series is a slightly lower TDP like chips for the more thin and light laptops like the Zephyrus G14 and stuff like that. And now I am not that much excited for these H series part, but I'm really excited for these two U series parts, which is the 6800U and the 6600U. Now these two are Zen 3 Plus architecture, whereas the other Ryzen 5 whereas the other Ryzen U series processors are 5000 refreshes. They are Zen 3 and they have got the Vega graphics. But I'm excited for the 6800U and the 6600U because they come with the new RDNA2 GPU integrated graphics. So imagine if you're looking to purchase a thin and light laptop, like a regular notebook, right? You want to use it for web browsing, doing your college works. You want to write code, you want to write all kinds of productivity tasks. But these laptops will now be capable enough to play competitive multiplayer games at 1080p and will give you some really nice frame rates, and even some AAA games can be played quite well on this. I've got some numbers over here that is shown by AMD over here. So for example, here we go. So this is a comparison between the older Vega 8 graphics and the newer Radeon RDNA2 GPU, iGPU. So you can see that's straight up like twice the performance. That's insane. So you can see like Overwatch, CSGO at 1080p ultra settings. So like Vega 8 graphics can already do like how much? 80 FPS or like 86 like 80 to 70 to 80 FPS easy. Like I think 70 FPS it can do 1080p ultra setting CSGO. So imagine going double that. So you can expect like 140 FPS in CSGO at 1080p ultra setting with your regular college laptop. So that's amazing. Shadow of the Tomb Raider 1080p low settings up to 1.8 times faster. Battlefield 5 2x, like 2 times faster. So even if you're not able to get the 60 FPS performance in high settings 1080p, obviously you can't, still you'll be able to play at 30 FPS if you go at 1080p, medium high settings. That's also a pretty good experience in my opinion. If you are planning to buy a laptop for productivity but you just want to do some side some side gaming, a little bit of casual gaming, you can definitely do that with these new RDNA2 iGPUs. So okay, I've got some questions over here. And I just want a cheap ThinkPad with new Intel AMD because I'm not gaming a lot. I'm a good boy. Is RDNA2 iGPU better than GTX 1650? I don't think so. It's better than a GTX 1650 yet. I don't think so. A GTX 1650 will still be better for dedicated gaming, but this is an iGPU. It's a regular laptop. It doesn't have any dedicated GPU. So probably if you buy some low end like Ryzen 6000 laptop in the future, which probably comes with a with a GTX 1650, it's the iGPU will always be there. So the benefit is that, for example, if you want to play on battery power, so for example the current went out and you were playing CSGO or something, and just suddenly the electricity went off, and you won't be losing FPS, and in that case, like, you'll still be getting like hundreds of FPS, and you'll be able to complete your game, because the iGPU is also is a part of the CPU. It's quite efficient and all, but at the same time it's much faster than the Vega 8 graphics. And yeah, they have listed some more benefits, like in terms of productivity performance, like 1.7 times faster in Adobe Premiere Pro, 2.3 times faster in Blender GPU rendering, up to 2x faster in like 1080p. That's already discussed. So gaming, it's twice as fast. So benefits are plenty with this new iGPU. A new iGPU was due from AMD. Intel had caught up quite a bit, and if you compare it with the, like, for example here, if you compare the 1600U iGPU with the Intel Core i7 1165G7 Iris Xe graphics, you can see the Radeon iGPU is like way better. So in what I'm seeing is that in AAA titles, the difference isn't that big. I was expecting the difference to be like way bigger, but in the more sort of the, like, over here, the like the esports games like CSGO, and then the Fortnite, yeah, right, I do see a pretty big difference. Now surprisingly, in Doom Eternal I see a big difference, like it's up to 3 times faster. That's insane. I believe the iGPU of the Intel iGPU in Doom Eternal doesn't perform well because of the drivers. So AMD has taken advantage of that statistic and used it in their favor. So in Doom Eternal, I believe I have seen multiple places the Intel iGPU drivers, they don't support it well enough. As a result, the performance is not that good in Doom Eternal. I remember that. So overall, yeah, you can see the performance benefits are pretty insane. Yeah, they were also talking about FSR, so we already know about FSR. We'll not waste time on this. And then moving on, we've got, yeah, so they were talking about the iGPU quite a lot, but in terms of the raw CPU performance, the CPU upgrade, you can see that in terms of single core performance is not much difference, just 1.1 time faster, not much. And in multi-thread performance, you can see that's a decent upgrade, 1.3 times faster in multi-thread performance. That's fine. But what's more interesting is that the power consumption. The power consumption looks like it's quite a bit lower, like 30% lower in video conferences like in Microsoft Teams, 15% lower in Google Chrome. Netflix playback in Google Chrome will take up to 40% lower power. So it seems like the system power usage has dropped like quite a lot with Ryzen 6000. Although the jump from 7 nanometer to 6 nanometer shouldn't be that much. So does it mean the Zen 3 Plus architecture is quite a bit more power efficient? I am not sure about that. But anyways, this looks like a great point. Like power efficiency matters a lot when it comes to portable devices. In desktops, even if like it guzzles power like anything, it doesn't matter as much. But when it comes to portable devices, you want them to be as efficient as possible, and that's what AMD is targeting right now, because the competition from Apple is also quite insane at the moment. So AMD is stepping up the game in terms of power efficiency, and it's really good to see this substantially lower power consumption with Ryzen 6000. I hope it's the same for the H series as well as for the U series actually. Right. Lastly, what I want to talk about was the new Radeon RX 6500M GPU. So I've been talking about like for some time now that Nvidia is not really refreshing the GTX 1650 and not providing us with a better GPU at the entry level point. I don't see they did announce the RTX 3050, but the RTX 3050 comes at about 10,000 rupees higher than the GTX 1650 laptops, like similar type of laptops, 10,000 rupees more. So it's not a real price to price upgrade. But on the other hand, Radeon had the RX 5500M, which was a pretty good GPU, and it was about 15 to 20% faster than the GTX 1650, which is a sizable upgrade. Now AMD has released at least unveiled the RX 6500M. Not sure when it's going to come, and they're comparing it with the GeForce MX 450, which is a pretty lame dedicated GPU from Nvidia, and AMD is claiming that it is 200% faster, which it's easy to believe. But what I want to say is that I've been waiting for the Radeon RX 6500M from quite some time, because I want to see lower end GPUs to be improved. So I did pick up dig up the statistics for the RX 6500M, and it's a 50-watt GPU actually. So actually AMD is claiming that this particular GPU is actually, it matches the RTX 3050. Now matching the RTX 3050 is fine, but I would like to see this one come and replace the RX 5500M and come at a really low price point, like about below 65,000 rupees. Anyway, in laptops from 60,000 to 65,000 rupees, I would like to see this GPU come in. So you can see it's got 16 compute units. It's got a game frequency of 2191 megahertz. That's quite high, and it's got 4 gigabytes of VRAM. That's a little bit sad, but entry level GPU. Even they are releasing desktop GPUs with 4 gigabytes of VRAM. I think it's called the RX 6500 XT, right? Yep. And the memory bandwidth is a little bit less, 120 gigabits per second. But yeah, it supports AMD Smart Access Memory and AMD Smart Shift, which means it's able to shift power between the CPU and the GPU depending upon the situation. And yeah, I would like to see how much of an improvement it is over the 5500M. Would love to see some laptops come up with this GPU at really low prices. So yeah guys, that's all I had to discuss about the Radeon RX 6500M and all the releases that AMD did. There are a lot more things that AMD announced in CES 2022, and I'm not going to cover them right now. I'll keep this stream very short. I just wanted to update you guys and advise you guys that if you are planning to purchase a new laptop right now, you may hold off. Because the Ryzen 6000 APU laptops are coming quite soon, and they are going to come up with some pretty big upgrades in terms of efficiency as well as in terms of their iGPUs. So yeah. Okay, let's see some questions, if I can pick up some questions. Pratham Hain says, I know all these will come at 1 lakh plus price ranges. Let's hope it's not Pratham. And yeah, will it be cheap? Comes with DDR5 memory. So what I've heard is that I think they will be cheap. They will be pretty cheap. I mean, they won't be extremely, they won't be overpriced because it is said that the proprietary the RAM supplies to the OEMs has been in abundance, so there's no shortage of supply to the OEMs. If you want to go and purchase purchase it from this purchase a RAM kit from the market, that's gonna cost you money. But the supplied RAM to the OEMs, they supply in bulk to the OEMs, there is no shortage of that. So it's believed that the prices will not be that much higher in the laptop segment, and the prices in laptop segments is much more sensitive to people. They won't be purchasing $3,000 laptops, overpriced laptops, right? The pricing in laptops are much more sensitive compared to desktops, where you are buying individual parts and components. So right, if you buy OEM pre-built systems, they are significantly cheaper than going to customize and building your own. So this is the same thing goes for laptops as well. So yeah, not many people are there anymore. I won't take much time now. I'll just that's all I had to say, guys. I'll catch you in the next one then. As soon as more laptops will release, I'll make videos on them. Really hoping to getting to 10,000 subscribers, guys, this year in this channel. Really have to push on this time round. No messing around now. It's difficult for me to collect laptops and review. I live in a remote area, and obviously nobody wants to sponsor. I don't have any shop supplying me with laptops to reviews, but I'll try my best. Yeah, that's all I can say, guys. That's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for joining the stream, whoever joined. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace. Thank you.